Happy New Year, everybody. It is currently 2:16 in the morning. I got up about 1:30ish to use the bathroom, and I attempted to go back to sleep. That did not work, so I got up again at 2 o'clock. So I've been up technically since 2. But Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas. I hope you all had a good New Year's, a safe New Year's. It's been a while since we have done a Spirit Talker, so I thought we would do one. The first 2026 Spirit Talker session. I'm just gonna find something to put on my TV here real quick. It's already loaded up. I just have to turn it on and we can begin. Bubby's over here laying next to me. You may or may not be able to see him. I don't know. I am going to whisper because it is, again, 2 o'clock in the morning and people are sleeping. So we want to try to be as quiet as possible. I have the Spirit Talker turned down a little bit so it's not so loud. What I want to put on, I usually have something going on in the background. Maybe we'll do like a fireplace or something. Yeah, we'll do a fireplace background. Fireplace. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'll show it to you guys in a second. That's what we're listening to. So if you hear any crackling in the background, that will be what you heard. Yes, I still have my tree up. When do you all take your tree down? I usually take mine down the first week of the new year. And seeing how we are slowly but surely. There's Bubby. Say hi, Bubby. Bubby got a bath and a haircut yesterday. I gave him a haircut and a bath. Go back to sleep. Okay. So, I'd like to know when you all take your tree down. I'd like to know that. I'll pull you guys a little bit closer to me because we are going to be getting situated here in a minute. Bobby's like, Mom, you have that thing in my way. You are fine right where you are, sir. It's too early for medication yet, so I don't have to take that right away. Okay. So, yeah. So my question to you guys is, when do you take down your tree? Also, I wanted to share with you guys, and I have been reading up on it, how to do it and how to lay them out. I told you all that I ordered my cards. So I have not done a reading yet. I watched Sage, and this is the deck that she uses, and I like the format of it. I like how the decks tell the story. I like how I just like everything about it. It feels very less intimidating. I've seen a lot of people. It is the Bluebird deck. Amazon. I ordered them last week, or the week before last. No, last week. And then to go with the theme of our fireplace and Christmas tree behind me, I have my Christmas penguin cup. I know it's the new year and everything, but are you serious right now? Oh my. My vape just fell in my coffee. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I hope that didn't ruin it. I hope it did not ruin my vape. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Hold on, guys. It must have cleaned up. Alright, we're gonna. I don't think any coffee got down inside this, but I'm gonna take a Q-tip to it just in case. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, that's tried. Now let's hope the vape's okay. I don't think coffee got in it because it was upside down. I don't think it had a chance to. Oh my goodness, my sheet. Let's find out, shall we? Bless America, yes, coffee got down inside. I don't know if it got down inside the vape or if it got down inside the. Hold on, guys. You know, it wouldn't be a proper intro if, you know, we didn't have havoc in the first 5-10 minutes of my videos. Alright. I got a dry vape, so let's see. Coffee got in it. But I think it'll be okay. I think it's going to be just fine. I think it'll be just fine. Here we go. If you guys could only see Bubby's face, he's like looking at me like, Mom, what is going on? I dropped this in my coffee. I had to fix it. Okay. Alright. So now, if you're wondering, I have not yet turned down the Spirit Talker. I just wanted to come up and I wanted to first and foremost say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This will be our first Spirit Talk session of the year. And usually I'm watching something like the news or something, which is too early for the news, so I can't turn the news on. But there really isn't anything I want to watch at the moment. So we just have the fireplace going in the background. Me and my messy bun, and Bubby laying next to me. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Before I do that, I'm trying to decide who I want to show intentional energy to this morning. We did Shanann for a while, but I think we'll leave it an open invite to only true and pure and love and light Nothing nasty, nothing evil, nothing bad. You can stay far away. But whichever loving spirit would like to come forward and have a conversation with us this morning, and that would be perfectly okay. I do, however, want to put my protection. Okay, so this is my boundary. I'm setting my boundaries. I'm setting my protection that my family is to stay back. Leave the floor open for others that want to communicate. And that only love, light, positive energy is welcome. All other type of energy, you are not welcome here. Okay, and here we go. Turn on. Turn on. There we go. Okay. So welcome, spirits. Again, only love, light, and pure intentions are invited to come forward and talk if you would like. And share with us. Maybe you were able to, not in the physical world, but in the spiritual world, spend time with your loved ones during the holiday season. Bobby, you gotta be still, please. Katie. Welcome, Katie. I'm going to scoot this over because I keep bumping more. Welcome, Katie. You can see it or not, but it's Katie. Nice to meet you, Katie. Katie, are you a new spirit or an old spirit? Were you able to pay a visit to your loved ones this past holiday season?
Peacefulness.
Peacefulness. Yes, it is. The fireplace, I find it very peaceful. You have to be very careful with fire. I find fireplaces very comforting and just very peaceful and just relaxing. They have a kind of cozy feeling to them. Katie, are you feeling peace? Are you at peace? Or was your holiday season peaceful? You had peacefulness? How old are you, Katie? Can you share that with us? I stayed home for Christmas. Oh, no, he's not.
The bad man's here.
No, he isn't, because the bad man's not allowed. Not allowed. The bad man, the bad people, the bad spirits, you are not allowed. Katie, we put up our protection, we put up our boundary. All those that want to show themselves or come here in false pretenses or false truth, we do not allow any type of hatred or mean or cruelty. No bad spirits. You're not allowed here. Yours. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but yours. Katie, can you share with us your age? How old are you, Katie? Are you from long ago? Oh,
Coffin.
I don't like those two words together. Yours and coffin. See, and I feel too like, I think I've shared this before with you guys, that when I get a name and then I get like a bunch of letters between each name, I feel like that's their conversation they're having with me. It may not make a sense to me or to you. It may be something that we have to figure out and put together. Maybe that they only have enough energy to share certain parts of what they feel is important to them. For example, maybe this is Katie. She is telling me that she is at peace, so there's peacefulness, that there was a bad man here. Yours, though, I don't know what that is. And coffin, so maybe the bad man is trying to come through and I set those boundaries, so there are no bad men allowed. Katie, were you from long ago? Are you from long ago, or how old are you? When were you from the 1900s, the 1800s, the 1700s, 16? Generosity. I don't know if that's Katie telling me that I show generosity or I have generosity, but if that is the case, thank you. There's like coffee down in my vape. It went in upside down. I didn't think coffee would have gotten inside there. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've been here talking to you guys. It's been a bit since we've had a spirit talk session, and so I am, like I told you guys before, I am wanting to kind of get my own little spirit talk session, kind of, but I don't know where. It'll probably be YouTube that I bring this to. Christopher. Hello, Christopher. Nice to meet you. I think we got that name once before. So I have a couple of videos on my phone that I need to upload. And so I thought, well, it's been a minute since we had a conversation, and it is the new year, so this technically would be our first video of the year. I hear you. Christopher, is that you? You can hear me? Christopher, were you able to visit family? Do you have family still around? Like, I don't know if these are old spirits or new spirits, young spirits, old spirits. Do you have family around that you were able to show yourself to, or just go and quietly visit during the Christmas holiday? Every time I get a name through, regardless if it's come through before or not, I always greet them. I always will say hello.
I have regrets.
Christopher, is this you that has regrets? Why do you have regrets, Christopher? What did you do? What did you do that you regret doing? we're not, none of us are perfect, and we've all made mistakes in life. If you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to talk about it. I know some regrets are more painful to talk about than others. Trip. I did ask him if he went and visited family for the holiday. Christopher, did you go on a trip? You know, again, I feel like when you get, a sentence from a spirit, I feel like that's a spirit that's either a very well-spoken, meaning they've been here for a long time, so they've been able to gather energy because they maybe have been.
I'm here next to you.
I'm here next to you. For example, I'm here next to you. That's a full sentence. So, Christopher, are you the one that's here next to me? Okay, we're going to do a test. Christopher, if this is you that is next to me, what is to the left of me? Okay, if this isn't Christopher that is next to me, who is it that is next to me? Bubby, stop it. But what I was going to say is, like, the spirits, I feel like that can make a full sentence. I feel like they are able, that they have more energy. Oh,
My name is James.
my name is James. Well, welcome. Nice to meet you, James. That's a full sentence. That would be considered, in my book, in my belief, that would be considered to me is a spirit that has a lot of energy. I feel like, and it could be the same spirit saying one word or two words. It could be a conversation, like all that we had after Katie could have been Katie's conversation with me. Christopher, I hear you, I have regrets, trip, I'm next to you, could all be Christopher. And now James just came through. So nice to meet you, James. Were you able, James, to spend or visit or see or be with your family for the Christmas holiday? Are you from this area, James? There's just so much that I think we don't. And you know what a lot of us do, it's nothing new. Oh
She
no.
was hung.
I hate when stuff like that comes through. she? Okay, well, there's only been one she that's come through, and that was Katie. Is this James? James, if this is you, or if this is Christopher. Who is she? You said she was hung. Who is she? It's roughly almost 3 o'clock now because we got up here a little after 2. Well, maybe not quite 3 yet. Who is she? Who is she was hung? Who? You can tell me.
Would you help?
Would you help? I will help in any physical way I can. I will do my best. Who is asking for help? James, is this you I'm speaking with? Is this maybe Christopher I'm speaking with? Or even Katie? Who am I speaking with? So far we've gotten 3 names that came through. And it was Katie, Christopher, and James. Oh, goodness. I feel like today's going to be a nap day, but I really can't. I need to finish my laundry, and there's things I need to pack. There's things I need to do today. Who am I speaking with that asked me if I would help? You can tell me your name. Who is this? I'd like to address you properly, please. Oh,
Pressure.
Pressure. Okay. That can mean many things. That could mean I'm feeling under pressure. That means I feel pressure. There was pressure. What do you mean by pressure? The fire looks so peaceful. James, are you still here? Are you the one that was speaking with us?
I'm having fun.
You're having fun. Well, that's nice to know. But who is it that's having fun? Can you tell me your name? Is this James that's having fun? Or am I talking with Christopher? Or possibly Katie? I'm having fun. My foot's falling asleep. Ill. There's definitely two at least conversations going here right now. I feel like the would you help, maybe we'll go with the ill, or that could possibly go with them informing of the hanging. Ill. Were you ill is that how you passed away? Because you were ill? Definitely two different conversations, at least three. I think pressure maybe goes with ill. Did you pass away because you were ill? Was there pressure when you were ill? I've often wondered, because I've heard two different things, and of course we don't know until it happens to us. Growing up in the church and listening to others talk about the after and what happens, and even like in prayer we always wish that and when our loved ones pass away, we always say, well, at least they're at peace and not in pain anymore. How do we know that?
Flames.
Flames. Guys, what's on my television? If that's not validation enough, I don't know what is. Yes, flames.
Vision.
Vision. Are you able to see the flames on my TV? Or are you speaking of an incident that happened here at the house on New Year's Eve? We had a fire at the house on New Year's Eve. I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. And if it had not been for the neighbors pounding on the door. Now, prior to all that, I was in here and I was watching TV, and I kept smelling like I will get overheated. So because of the CRPS, I get overheated, and so I will open my window occasionally. And I had opened my window, and I'm laying here, and I had the window open maybe 5 minutes, if that. And all of a sudden, I got a smell of something. And I'm like, what's burning? Like, it almost smelled like candle, like wax at first. And I'm like, well, and I didn't know Eric wasn't here. I didn't know he had left. And wretched. Well, that's not nice. And so I'm smelling something, and I'm like, maybe he had a candle lit, because he's got a smoker's candle. You light it, and when you're smoking, it's for smokers. And sometimes when you put that out, you can still smell like the candle, like it. I'm like, oh, maybe he had a candle lit. So I lay back down, and a few seconds later, I smell something burning again. This time it smells like a barbecue, like somebody cooking on a grill. And I'm like, well, it's New Year's Eve. I don't know. Maybe someone's out grilling a steak. I don't know. And but then I kept smelling it, and then it was smelling like burnt tire, like tires burning. And I'm like, what is smelling? So eventually, I didn't really smell it anymore. So I shut the window, and I'm laying here, and all of a sudden, I hear boom, 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 boom. I open the door, and it's the neighbors pounding on the doors trying to get our attention. And I go to the front door. Now, mind you, my room is at the end of the house. When I opened my door and looked, all I could see was flames in the window, but the shade was down. But it was just orange. The whole side door window was orange. And I'm like, okay, that's not looking normal. So I go to the side, and exposed. I go to the front door, and I open it, and this neighbor's like, your house is on fire. And I go start throwing snow on it. In the meantime, I'm trying to get Eric's dad out of the house. I'm trying to get my dog, his dog. At this point, I don't even think I thought of Patch, our cat, which she would eventually gotten out of the house. I have no doubt. And so I get dad outside, and I'm telling neighbors, throw snow on it, throw snow on it. Dad's get throwing snow. I took a big snow shovel. I'm on the other side of the fence. Dad's on this side of the fence, and we're both throwing snow on this fire. In the meantime, I'm yelling at the neighbors, call the fire department. And I'm breathing in all this stuff. I had such a raspy voice for 2 days. My throat hurt for 2 days. All I did was cough. It was gross. And I hear someone say, don't breathe that in. I'm sorry.
It's watching you.
It's watching you. Okay. So yeah, it was the most scariest moment. One of the, I'm not going to say the, but one of the most scariest moments in my life. I thought for sure. And if I had not acted, because nobody else was doing it, they're like, your house is on fire. Okay, first call the fire department, and secondly, throw snow on it. So we got it contained, thank God. Nobody was injured. And the fire department, we had Westland Police Department, we had the fire department, and they get here. Me and Dad are still throwing snow on this thing. Well, it was still burning underneath, so they asked us to step back, and they took over, and they cleared it out and everything. Guess what it was that caused the fire in the garbage cans next to the house? It melted both of our garbage cans. We have no garbage cans. There was nothing left of the garbage cans. Firework. Yes, it was fireworks that caused the fire. Prior to all this happening, Eric was out there letting off fireworks, and he had these illegal big block fireworks. Malevolence. Well, I don't know if I would call it malevolence, but it was pretty messed up, yes. And he was letting them off, and apparently he threw the blocks into the garbage and then left. Don't know where he went. Oh, and while the house was on fire, I called him. I'm yelling for him first. I'm opening the basement door and I'm yelling for him because I didn't know if he was downstairs. I didn't know if he was passed out. I didn't know anything. And so after getting his dad out of the house, we're outside, and I called Eric, and I'm like, where are you? And he's like, he answers his phone like this first. Hey, what's up? I go, where are you? He goes, why? I go, where are you? I'm down the street. I go, do you want to come home? Your house is on fire. Or I go, no, your house is on fire. Do you want to come home? Guess who didn't come home? So I'm a little bitter about that. So, your 80-some-year-old father is outside trying to help me contain the fire that could have been worse than what it was. Thank God it wasn't. My throat still feels a little raspy. But I text my daughter right after.
Please leave here.
Please leave here. No, I do plan on it, but not yet. But that was the first thing I did. I texted my daughter and I told her what had happened. And then she called me like within minutes, and she's like, oh my God, Mom, are you okay? She goes, I was just about to text you Happy New Year, and your text came across. And I'm like, yeah. I was petrified. Like, I was so shaken. And I was so angry at the same time, because you could have left the firework outside of the garbage can. You didn't have to put it in the garbage can, but you did. And it's just, and then you don't even bother to come to the house. He called his neighbor. So his neighbor across the street came over, was on the phone with them, and I'm like, who are you talking to? He's like, I'm on the phone with Eric. I go, yeah, I just called him. He needs to get here. And then his brother Pat, so he must have called Pat as well. But and I know I'm venting to you guys, and that's not what this is about, but I'm so angry at it. I am so angry at it, because you didn't come back until after everything was taken care of. Wow, dude. Wow. So let's get back to our spirit talker. Okay, so we had flames, which either they're talking about my television or what happened on New Year's Eve, which is really weird that that came up.
Pain.
Pain. Vision, wretched, exposed, is watching you. Malevolence, please leave here. And pain. Yes, I am. I'm in pain. I hope you are no longer in pain. That was my question. It's like, how do we know? Is it just that something we say to make ourselves feel better? To feel less.
Killer.
Oh my. Killer. Okay. Wow. See, I talk about. Do you see how quickly the whole atmosphere switched up with the spirit talker? Because it was very pleasant earlier. Okay, so it says it's watching you. So I'm going
Associate.
associate. Associate. Oh my. Associate. Associate. Okay, so painkiller, associate. Those three could go together. Please leave here. I think that's just either someone telling me to leave or maybe my guide is telling them to leave. Malevolence, please leave here. That makes better sense, yes. Who is talking with me? Who's here talking with me? Who's here that heard my story about New Year's Eve? I will never forget that New Year's Eve. That's definitely going out with a bang.
Amazed.
Amazed. Are you amazed at? What are you amazed at? Who am I speaking with? I was watching Twins Paranormal. Shout out to you guys, by the way. I was watching their new video last night. Oh my goodness. They went to the, oh gosh. They went to the, oh my goodness, I can't remember. You have to excuse me. With CRPS, sometimes my memory is fogged. Whole. All right. And it's like short-term memory loss. Like, it's weird. And I do have some long-term memory loss as well. But they went to this house that was, back in the day, would have been considered like a mansion. It's been on numerous different other shows. But they didn't stay. They were gonna stay the night. Oh no.
The bad lady's here.
Earlier we had the bad man's here. Now we have the bad ladies here. Okay. Well, I'm setting up my boundaries. No negativity is allowed. I guess you have to remind them occasionally, right? The only thing that is allowed here is love, light, positivity, true intentions, pure intentions. No negative, no bad, no ugly. You are not allowed here. You must leave. That was a pop. I don't know where that came from. Over there somewhere. It wasn't on my television. It was over there with my stuff. This week I will be taking down my Christmas decorations. And cabin. Okay, what about a cabin? Is that where you live? Is that where you lived? Is that where you're from? Is that where you stay? Cabin. It's very quiet. Not very, I mean, it's talkative, but cabin. I'm gonna, like I said, I've been reading about the tarot card. They're not really, well, I don't know what they are, but I guess some reference them as tarot cards. Some reference them as, future telling cards, but, I've been reading on it, looking them over, seeing. And like I said, I watch Sage. She is a tarot card reader.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here too. Who is it that I'm glad to be here? Who am I speaking with? Who's glad that I'm here? So I watch her, and I've seen how she does it, her format, how she lays the cards and stuff. I'm starting to get tired.
I'm agitated.
I'm agitated. I'm sorry to hear that. Why are you agitated? And who am I speaking with? I haven't gotten a name in a while. I'd like to address you properly if that's okay. I'm agitated. What has you agitated? Why do you feel that way? You know, when I do these, my intention on doing the Spirit Talker is trying to have a conversation, you know, and carrying the conversation out. Doorway. Well, there's a doorway right there. I don't know. So when I do these, my intention with having is to have a conversation, and to, you know, regardless if it's with more than regardless if it's with more than one, I try to
This is my home.
This is my home. Well, I do know of one person who has passed, and this was once their home, but it could mean the area as well. So we're no association is allowed to come forth, meaning family, close friends, relatives. Okay, boundaries. Respect them, please. But it can get a little crazy because, like I said, they don't take turns. The moment they get that energy, they speak. So it's like you could have 2 or 3. We still haven't gotten a name, which I would love to have a name if that would be okay with you, please. We only gotten 3 names in this tonight, and that was Katie, James, and what was the other one? Christopher. That's only 3. So maybe we're speaking with those 3 still. Are we still speaking with Katie, Christopher, and James? Or am I speaking with somebody else? Medieval. That was a long time ago. Are you from the medieval time? Isn't that when... wasn't the medievals like back in the 1800s, 1700s, I guess? Maybe even 1600s? Like the medieval, wasn't that when they had castles and... Isn't that the medieval times? Or am I thinking of something else? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I would really love to have a name so I can address you properly. We never did get an age from Katie, Christopher, or James. If they were young or old.
Keep the secret.
Keep this secret, not the secret. Okay, now you have my curiosity piqued. Who am I speaking with, please? And why, again, I feel like there's 2, maybe 3. Again, it could be Katie, Christopher, James that we're still talking to. They are the names that came through. Keep this secret. What secret are you referring to? Yeah, it's there's so many. I have to sneeze. I feel a sneeze coming on. There's so many questions, and we're never gonna have the absolute correct answer until our time is, and then we'll know. For sure. Even people like myself that are empaths or can foresee scar. Well, we did get pain earlier. We're not 100% right all the time. So, well, I'm sorry. What was your scar from? Why do you have a scar? It could be physical, it could be mental or emotional. What do you mean by scar? Do you mean it in a physical sense? Or do you mean it in an emotional sense, mentality sense? Again, we've only gotten 3 names this whole time. We've been up here for almost our hour already, and we've only gotten 3 names. That's crazy. So I feel like maybe we're talking to Katie, Christopher, and James. And I feel like
Thank you for talking.
thank you for being here, and you are welcome. I feel like we've been talking to Katie and Christopher and James. And again, like I said, there's this folder down here that records your conversation. I haven't really dissected into the conversations we've had yet, but I think that's a great tool that it records your conversation, and that way you can go back and just kind of like dissected it and just kind of like dug into it deeper. Annihilation. Well, that's not nice. They did say medieval, so I don't know. Could that be related? James, are you from the medieval times? I feel like maybe Christopher, I don't know. Maybe Christopher was from the medieval, but I feel like Katie was explaining to us what happened to her. Maybe there was a killer in the cabin. Those could go together. Like, I feel like there's 3 conversations going on at one time, and I'm trying to decipher which makes more sense. I really have to focus on the name before I can really feel like, okay, that's them talking. Like, that's them coming through. A little bit of French vanilla in that one. Shoes. Well, I do have my slippers on, if that is what you're talking about. Shoes. Interesting. So because I feel like we are talking to those 3, at least those 3. No other names have come through, which is very odd. Because usually I will get, gosh, there were a couple times we've done this. I don't know. We've done this a handful of times. This is relevantly new. It is something I've lived with my whole life, being an empath and a sensitive, and just it's who I am. Missed, like missed. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a go. But the times we've done this, we've gotten like, I think one night I counted 10 names that came through. Missed. This piece of hair is driving me crazy. Missed. Excuse me. Put in me. Again, only 3 names, so maybe that's who we're speaking with this evening. I do have another box that we can try. I have not used it yet. It's the Aquaphonic. um, it's a little bit more, to me, it feels like it takes time because you don't have the relaxed atmosphere you do using the spirit talker. Like it's all the time. So I feel like, and there's constant someone saying something. So that's going to take some getting used to. I do have it. I have not used it yet. We've not done a video using that yet. Old times. I did ask earlier if they were from old times or if they were a newer. I believe that was Katie. I asked that too. I might have even asked Christopher. I don't remember, but I know I asked Katie.
You are nice.
Why, thank you. Thank you. And so are you. Old times. I did ask Katie earlier if she was...
It watches from the dark.
It watches from the dark. Well, wouldn't that be considered a creeper or a peeper or a peeping Tom? Are you a peeping Tom? It watches from the dark. Okay. And what is it that's watching from the dark? It doesn't have a name. But I do... I just sit back. So let me just fix you guys. Oh, it's better. I just don't want Bubby to kick this. It watches from the dark. So I do plan on doing some necrophonic videos as well. I don't like to use a lot of devices at one time because I feel like it confuses some of the spirits. Not all of them, but I think some we get confused. And I think too, because, and I'm not by any means
I've been watching you.
I've been watching you. I'm not by any means poo-pooing on any other, or any, I wouldn't consider myself an investigator because I'm not going out and investigating areas, which maybe one day I will, but that's just not feasible. So I'm not pooing any investigators, but I feel like when you use, like, especially devices where they can talk through, I feel like when you use necrophonic and the spirit talker in one sitting, I feel like it's so hard because, number one, it confuses them. Some of them will ask you gentleness. Some of them will ask you to use another device. So if that ever happens, then yes, I don't have I don't have a problem with doing that, but I just feel like it's probably confusing enough. Also, too, I think that, you know how, and maybe some, and I'm sure you've watched investigating, spiritual investigating shows. I'm sure you've watched investigators. I watch quite a few myself. Well, they'll be using the spirit talker and then they switch to the necrophonic and then you're getting like numerous voices coming through. That is what I like, I guess, in a way, when I say how we've only had 3 names and we've gotten all this information, I feel like they're all talking at one time. They're trying to share their information. And I feel like what we get here, it's just necrophonic, but without the noise, and it's one at a time. Yes, sometimes it doesn't make sense, and we have to kind of unscramble the words, so to speak, to create a sentence or a conversation. But the necrophonic is basically what I've been trying to explain with this. It's like you've got all of these spirits wanting to, young or old, wanting to speak. Like, you know, I know, and I have felt like this numerous times in my life as a living spirit, that I'm talking and no one's hearing me. Right? I think we've often felt that way. And we're over our hour, so I feel hopeless.
I feel hopeless.
Oh, don't feel hopeless, please. That makes me sad. We are over our hour, so we need to say goodbye. I wander these grounds.
I wander these grounds.
Again, these houses weren't always here. So this land goes back many, 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 many years. Okay, so we're gonna go now. I want to thank you, Katie. I want to thank you, Christopher. I want to thank you, James. I don't know if we had anybody else come through. Those were the only ones that announced themselves. So I want
I'll
to.
get you.
No, you will not. Nope. I am putting up the boundaries, and nobody will be getting anybody. The only thing that is invited here is love, light, true and pure intentions. The ugly, the cruel, you are not allowed here. But I want to say thank you to Katie. I want to say thank you to Christopher, and I want to say thank you to James for coming through and speaking with us this evening. I don't know who else we were speaking with because we didn't get any names that came through. Usually if I ask, they'll give me a name, but I've asked a couple times and they're not listening. So, but for you that did announce yourself properly, I want to say thank you. Curses. I want to say thank you for coming through and sharing your story and talking with us. Again, all of the nasty, you're not allowed here. You got to go. When I close out the Spirit Talker session, that means all communication will also be closed.
Dining room.
Dining room. What about the dining room? And it's funny too because if I see her quietly, I'll get a hear, something here and there come through. But the minute I want to close conversation, they want to talk. Every time I try to close out conversation, they want to talk, and that's fine. And they'll come one in at a time, and I think that's the way of, because they know I won't ignore it. I will address it. What about the dining room? But again, that hour went by quick. I want to say thank you for coming through. I want to again say thank you to Katie and Christopher and James. Again, once I close the Spirit Talker session, then all communication is closed. You are not to stay. You are to go. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for just hanging out with me. Again, I've been this way my whole life, and I'm past this way my whole life. So I don't want to lose that part of me because I've lost a lot of myself due to the disease that I live with. And so I'm trying to pull that part of me out of the closet because she's been buried a while. And I don't want to lose my abilities. I don't want to lose. When I was younger, it was very scary to me because I didn't understand it. But as I got older, I was able to correct. I was able to handle it and control it. And then once I developed this disease that I now live with, and medications and such, it's kind of made that part of my brain foggy, and I don't want to lose that. So I've been trying to refocus that part of my brain again. And yeah, so all right, spirits, again, thank you for speaking with me. I am now going to close out the Spirit Talker conversation. Again, you are not to stay. You are not to linger. You are not to try to communicate. You are to go. And we will talk again with you very soon. Ghost. we will talk with you very soon. All right, spirits. Thank you for speaking with us. And done. I'm just putting up my protective boundary once more just to make sure that they understand that we are done and I've closed it out. And thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning underneath this cozy fire. If you guys have any questions or if there's anything that you want me to talk about during our next Spirit Talker session, leave it in the comments and I would be more than happy to address that. All right, guys, have a great day. I wish you love, peace, and joy, and happiness. And until our next Spirit Talk session, ciao for now.